think he will be with you, or he will be coming?
No, he's in other. I sent the links to him. He's in
Oh,
other
okay.
city.
Okay. Paul, do you know David Stepanian?
Yeah, I think we met before, once or twice.
Yeah.
Did we?
He was one of the top 65 kilo puller in the European and World Championships. Yeah, and then he moved to US.
Yep.
And now, what are you now, David? 70 kilo, 75 kilo? Do you hear me, David?
Yeah, I hear you.
What's your weight now? 70, 75?
75.
75, okay. But if you need it, you can go down to 70 kilo, right?
Yeah, it's not big a deal for me. Just I had a surgery on my right elbow like a year ago. It was on the August. That's why I didn't compete in any competition. It almost 1 year. That's why I gained a little weight. But 70 kilogram is
David,
my
can you
main
make your
weight.
phone sideways? Like.
Hey, Paul, how are you?
Good. How are you, my friend?
Good to see you, brother.
Yes, yes.
We were waiting for this match.
Yeah. How is your elbow healing up? What was the injury?
Getting better. Getting better. It was right here and right here, both ways. I got a surgery. Yes, yeah. But now it's getting good. I am doing exercise very well. Any weight I can do, but in the match it's a little hard. So getting
David,
better.
is it possible that you raise the phone and we can see your face? Yeah. And did you check Arsen if he's coming? Because we are 4 minutes past the starting time. Okay. So Paul, what's your weight now?
About 218, 217 in the morning. Right around where I normally am coming into these matches. So starting my water load right here. So 2 more of these to drink a day. So we'll be good though.
Okay, that's good. And like you just had a match 5 weeks ago. And like how was it? You pulled, and how many days did you rest and then train?
No rest. We went right back into it.
So you come back. You come back as soon as you arrive. Next day you train.
Yes. Yep. Right away. Yep. And then right back to table time on Friday and Saturday. So it's short camp. So no time to waste, right?
Yeah. But you were already in shape, so it didn't really you can't really say that you didn't have time to prepare unless you would be exhausted from the match before.
Right.
But yeah.
No, I try and maintain a good level the whole way throughout the year. But each opponent, I usually tweak things to train differently. It's good to have 8 to 10 weeks to pick your approach. So didn't really have that, but I feel good coming out of the Samusha match. I think similarities in what I was doing for Samusha can carry over into the prep for this one.
I understand. So, David, did you reach to Arsen? David?
I think he froze.
Yeah. Engin, I hear you so slow.
I mean, I think I and Paul, we hear each other very well, so there must be something at your end. But did you talk with Arsen? Is he coming?
Yeah, I think he's calling me. Let me give a call. Leave the chat and give him a call. Help him to join and come back.
Okay.
Give me a second.
And the form is about the same. Paul still very good.
Yes, yeah. Probably better. Better, so,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm healthy. I didn't really sustain any damage in that match, like nothing to really slow me down in the training, nothing I had to avoid. So I've been keeping the exact same cadence, still doing the conjugate method through Todd, just changed a few exercises, and I'm still pulling twice a week on the table with the two groups of guys I work with. So yeah, I feel good.
Yeah. Do you think that if you didn't change your training methods, do you think that you would lose?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I definitely feel stronger in different spots, with the tweak. I mean, I think overall general strength movements, like they're not like they're still on par with where they should be. But now spending more time on conjugate and side pressure, I think I've kind of shifted those general strength efforts into more arm wrestling specific stuff. So I feel good in certain spots that I didn't, So I think it just depends on the application on the table. It's hard to say, but the Samusha match was the beta test run for this style of training. So having success there, I'm going to continue on.
So this probably proved that you improved more than he did since the last time you guys met each other.
Maybe. I think there were spots that he felt better than the first time. Like I felt like his fingers and his overall like containment felt better. I think I felt a little bit better in the side pressure area, so like I didn't I think I learned a lot from the first match too, and I had a lot to go off of. So avoided some mistakes I made in the first match. I think that helped. But he definitely Samusha is unbelievable, man, and his containment felt great.
Yeah. But like probably 85 kilo is his category. This is how it look, yeah.
I think so. I mean, I think there's definitely great matches for him at 95. I think there's definitely people at 95 that he can beat. But I think it's kind of the same scenario where I'm in. Like I have no problem taking matches in 105, but that's not necessarily home. Home is 95,
Yeah.
Hello everyone.
Arsen. Hello, Arsen.
Hello, Engin. Hello, Paul.
Hello,
my friend David.
So how is everything, Arsen?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Can you speak English or?
I speak but little bit Engin. I understand, but my English not very well.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good.
Okay. Arsen, what is your best, like, most successful finishing in a competition? I think you took second to Sasho, and then at the AMC, which place did you take?
Արսասմա ամենահաջողակ մրցումը որ հաղթել ես որն ա եղել, երբ ա եղել ու ում հետ ա եղել։
Կարծում եմ ինձ Եվրոպան, Սաշոին որ երկրորդ տեղ են որ ընկել։
He's thinking it was the European Championship. Որ թվականին 21
22
It's 2022. The final match was with Sasho Andre.
Yeah, and which place did he take at the AMC?
Որտեղն ես գրավել AMC-ում։
Մի հատ երկրորդ տեղ ունեմ։ Մի հատ էլ absolute երրորդ։
Ում հետ է երկրորդ տեղը ֆինալիստը։
Ֆինալիստը Բոգոսլավովն էր, Սերգեյ Բոգոսլավովը, բայց absolute երրորդ տեղը եմ ընկել Դմիտրի Սիլաևին եմ կրվել ու Լալեցինին։
It was MC. He got second place. He lost Sergei Bogoslav, but in the absolute weight, he got the third place. He lost Laletin and
Slav.
Live, anti-live, yeah.
Yeah. There is one guy is asking. He says, when can we expect to host Rino Masic? He recovered from injury and with 80% strength on European 110 kg. No, my friend, his injury is with right arm. He won the Europeans with left arm. Right arm, he didn't compete. Okay, so Paul, do you think this is a tougher match than the Samusha match because you are pulling against someone who is really belongs to that category?
Yeah, I think this is a tougher match for a couple reasons. I think number one, yes, it's in the weight category, but Arsen is largely an unknown. There's videos out there. There's some things to study, and his accomplishments are incredible. He's young, he's fast, he's versatile. We're not talking about a one-trick pony and pulling Samusha. We know where he's going, and so to me, this match presents like a really fun opportunity because I think it might be a scenario where both guys try different things. So I'm looking forward to just seeing kind of what unfolds. But he's definitely got me on my toes as far as how I'm trying to prepare for him. So yeah, no, I'm very much looking forward to this match. The whole team out there with Reg and David Egan, you guys are awesome. It was sooner or later our paths have to cross.
Today I saw some North American rankings, and at their rankings, I think you were ranked number 1 and he was ranked number 2.
I think so. One of them. I think that's in the hook, probably.
Yeah. That one, I think. Yeah. And Arsen, are you in a better shape than when you pulled against Andrei Sharkevich?
Arsen ասում է դու ավելի լավ վիճակում ես հիմա քան Անդրեյ Շարքևիչի հետ էիր կպնում։
I think yes. Ասը բանա խնդիրը նա որ ես Անդրեյ Շարքևիչի հետ կպնելուց 100 կիլո է, հիմա մի քիչ քաշ եմ գցում, չգիտեմ ինձ ոնց կզգամ, բայց կարծում եմ լավ եմ լինելու։
Yeah, he thinks he's feeling better than before, but against Andrei Sharkevich he was at 100 kilogram, but now he's getting 5 kilogram lesser, so gonna be a little. He doesn't know how he will feel, but right now he's around 98 kilogram and feels super better.
Arsen, can you turn your phone sideways?
This one is good.
I think you need to unlock the rotate. And Paul, what did you say your weight is now?
I'm right around the same weight as
same weight, right? Yeah.
So 99, 98.
220 is 100, so 216 is about 98. So you said you are 218 or?
Right, yeah, 17, 18 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Every day will be less. Every day will be less.
Arsen, how do you see your chances against Paul? Paul is very high-level puller, but taking second at AMC is also a huge success. And so we don't exactly know how to compare you because you pull Andrei Sharkevich, but it was also first time we see Andrei Sharkevich at the Eastward West stage. And how do you see your chance against Paul?
Arsen ասում է Փոլը շատ բարձր լեվելի մասնակից է մեր MC-ում, դու էլ MC-ում ես երկրորդ տեղ գրաված, որը որ մի քիչ իրանց համար դժվար է համեմատություն կատարել, որովհետև այս ասպարեզում, այս ասոցիացիայում առաջի անգամ ես դու մասնակցում, Շարքևիչին ես հաղթել, բայց հələ դեռ այդ բանը դժվարանում են հասկանամ, նույն դուք level-ն եք, թե չէ, քո շանսերը դու ոնց ես գնահատում։
Դե ես գիտեմ, որ Փոլը շատ ուժեղ է, համ շատ արագ է, համ շատ խելացի է։ Չգիտեմ, տեսնենք ոնց կլինի։ Լավ եմ պատրաստվում, որ լավ հանդես գամ, թե կարամ ինձ ասեմ ոնց կլինի, չեմ կարող ասեմ։ Կարաս դու ասես դա։
He knows that Paul is a very good competitor. It's gonna be super tough for him, but he thinks he's getting very well, and he will find the way to get win.
And what does Paul have that concerns Arsen the most?
Ինչ ձև ես պատրաստում կապնես, ինչ տեխնիկա ես ուզում կիրառել տենց։
Չեմ ասի, չեմ ասի։
Երկու բան խոսա։
What's that?
Դե ասախպես չեմ ասի։
He doesn't want to speak what kind of style he's going to use.
No, that's not what I asked. I am asking, like, what does Paul have the most dangerous? I'm just saying that, like, what would worry him about Paul? Like,
Ինչից է դու անհանգստանում ավելի շատ Արսեն, փուլը ոնց է Պոլը, ոնց ես անհանգստանում Պոլը քո հետ ոնց կկապ, ինչից ես ավելի շատ անհանգիստ։
Անհանգիստ չեմ, անգերտ ասած, չկա տենց բան։ Բասկամարտ էլի Armwrestling ախպեր։
Ինչ դիրքից ես խուսափում Իրանից։
Դե ախպեր չկա տենց բան ասա, ոչ եմ ասի խոսքի կապած։
He doesn't want to speak about it because he knows the Paul is very tough competitor and he's getting ready and he doesn't avoid to any position because Arsen is using like top roll, using inside. Both ways is good for him, so he's gonna to use both ways. Which one is getting better? But he's not scaring because Paul, he's checking. He has already checked it with the Paul that he knows how he's working, which way is better for him. So he knows everything about the Paul.
Yeah, but David, he understood that I'm not asking him which style he's gonna use. He understood that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as he understood that, it's okay because I don't want him to think that I'm trying to find out which style he's gonna use. Like if somebody would ask me if I'm pulling Paul Linn, I would just say his wrist and his explosiveness to the side way, needs to be stopped.
Is the pole way, but whatever he's going to use against the technique of the pole.
No, that's not what I asked. That's not. I wouldn't ask it. I wouldn't ask.
Yeah, but he already knows that how is Paul going to use. But but it's okay for him.
No, I was expecting him to answer that Paul is very explosive. First, I need to catch him and then make it endurance game and win or something. But it's okay. Yeah. And Paul, what do you think about this young guy?
I think he's a stud, man. I think he's the future of arm wrestling. I think he's got probably one of the best teams in the country to learn from and work with. Like the sky's the limit for the guy, I'm just an old guy trying to hang on by a thread.
Oh, Arsen, don't believe this guy. Don't believe this guy. Yeah. So, Paul, let me stir the pot a little bit. You say that he's the future, but you are saying he's not today.
I see what you did there, Angin. I see what you did. That's not what I meant, but if that's what we want to go with, we can go with that.
Yeah. So basically, Arsen, Paul is saying that you are future, but next Saturday, no chance for you. This is what he's saying.
Arsen ասմակին Պավլը ասմա դու ապագայի ամենալավ մարդիկներից կլինես, բայց այսօր հələ որ չէ։ Oscar kısaltmak aslında.
David, tell him that Paul didn't say that. I'm making up, you know.
I am telling you. İnç karşısı Arsen. İnç karşısı
Oh yeah.
Ասադեն ես շատ
Strong
փոքր եմ
biceps.
էլի ձեր տարիքի համար որ ասեմ դուք սխալվում
İnç
եք։
միատել Arsen, miattel.
Ասա դե ինքը տարիքով մարդ է, չեմ ուզում իրան ասեմ որ ինքը սխալվում է։
He's telling that Paul is already a little elder, and I don't want to say that he's wrong. Maybe
Hey,
he has a respect. Just be quiet.
David, I didn't understand what.
He's saying that Paul is already elder than me, and I have a respect. I will be quiet. Maybe he's wrong. He's not wrong. I don't. He doesn't want to say that Paul is wrong. It's okay.
Okay. So out of respect, he says that Paul is right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm old.
Paul is right.
Yeah.
Actually, Arsen has a lot of respect to the Paul, because we have seen the Paul a lot, and he's supporting all the United States team who is competing in any competition. We are checking already that always whoever is getting win in any competition, in any match, it's very big Paul supporting supporting them a lot of everyone. Doesn't know what state they are living, how they are closing. Just so this is very important for Arsen. He has a lot of respect, and really it's gonna be tough for Arsen to compete with the Paul, because he know everything about arm wrestling. He has a lot of experience, and it's gonna be super tough.
Yes, this one's tough too. This is my first match in East versus West or King of the Table against a fellow Team West person. And you know,
he's not Team West. He's from Armenia.
Oh, he lives in the United States.
He's in the United States. It's the same like you come here 6 months ago, Paul, and then you become
It's
Turkish.
Okay. It's okay. Well, yes, I accept everybody. If Arsen's pulling against, I don't know, Irakli, I'm rooting for Arsen.
No, I understand. I understand that part of this. This guy is still Armenian citizen, and if he would just go compete, well, probably. Anyway, so that's a perfect East versus West match. You can be sure about that one.
That's why I am telling Engin, Paul accepting everyone and supporting everyone. For in United States, all the competition where is Paul, he's supporting all the team of who is representing United States or living here. So this is what I was talking about.
Paul is a guy with that responsibility. Paul understands the how to say the deep meaning of East versus West, and then Paul is also. I say all this not because of what I see, but I also have a lot of times on the phone talk with him. Paul is also on a mission that to level the North American arm wrestling up, at least maybe not North American, but the American, because maybe North American they don't really train together all the time, but in US a lot of times you guys met each other, and then had a training together before East versus West matches. So I'm 100% sure that Paul most of the times are giving call to his teammates, and then probably they are discussing. Am I wrong, Paul?
No, I try and do all my due diligence and learn as much as I possibly can, because if I don't, that's not showing my opponent enough respect. So I try to learn as much as I possibly can. And listen to, like, if United States North American arm wrestling is going to catch up with the rest of the world, we need European pullers to come and learn from. Like the guys that I work with, the Georgians in New York and stuff, these guys are huge. They've upped my level. They've taught me so much. So it's great. Anytime we have a foreign puller coming to the United States, that's a blessing to us, and it just strengthens the core unit.
Yeah. But I think during all those matches, you guys also learn a lot. from all those previous events.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I see that arm wrestling is in a crazy, scary level. From my perspective, it's a scary level. Like I'm now training probably almost 2 months. I skipped some trainings because I went through during the East versus King of the Table and then the European Championship. I skipped, but I don't know how I will do, because even if I'm at my best, I see that the level is incredible. Like I see that the limits of athletes are pushing. Like Michael is saying that like he's like doing PRs, still, while we see Leovan is getting stronger, Hermes is getting stronger, Devon is getting stronger, all other athletes, you getting stronger, everything. So this, I think that this competition level is bringing arm wrestling to a crazy level, scary level. I went to the European Championships, Paul, all that youth competitors, I mean, they competed huge, and then only with a few days rest, they also did great at the senior categories. They didn't have enough rest, and they arm wrestled. In the past, when you say youth junior, it's different. Now they are like they are well rounded. They are fired up. Incredible. I can't imagine what will happen in 5 years.
But that pressure and that elevation is gonna keep your feet to the fire too, Angin. So when you're training for your comeback, I'm sure that's gonna make you better too.
For sure.
For sure.
I wish I was just like a little bit healthier, and I'm already, listen, my advantage most of the time was just knowing arm wrestling. Like, it will not sound humble, but in my prime I was just 10, 20 years old ahead, like about understanding of arm wrestling. Now when that understanding level is coming here, I don't know if I will still have that advantage. And when you don't have that advantage, then when it goes everything to the power, then you have like young stars, they are very strong, and now it is hard to hunt them.
All you got to do is think about that every time you're training. You'll be just fine.
Yeah, I will do my best. Like I'm motivated. Like a few times I started, now I'm motivated. After this podcast, I came from Romania. I did pronation yesterday. I did the chest, tricep. Today, now I will go down and do biceps spination, and we will see. And okay, so I don't think that I don't think that I will get a lot from you guys to say to each other, because I see, whenever I see the 100% respect, it's good. It's a good thing, but just, I mean, it makes things hard, but we can talk. Arsen, what is your goal? Like, what's your goal? Like, I'm sure you come into Chicago to beat Paul, even though you have respect. Nobody's coming there to lose. And do you have a dream to win the title?
Արս բանա, որտա քո նպատակը Չիկագո գալու, ինչ title ես ուզում վերցնես?
Հաղթել ախպեր։
Փոլիտ ուզում ես վերցնես իր title-ը, ինչն է քո բանը։ Ասма ինք դու գիտեմ, հասկանում եմ, որ իր նկատմամբ 100%-անոց հարգանք ունեք, բայց ինչ ակնկալիքով է, հասկացան գալիս ես հաղթելու, բայց ինչ ունես Փոլի դեմ?
Փոլի դեմ ոչ մի բան չունեմ,
Սպորտային առումով հիմա ինքը գիտես ամենաբարձր level-ը մա, հիմա իր
պետք է գամ հաղթեմ ախպեր, գալիս եմ հաղթելուն, չեմ գալի որ սիրուն բոյ ցույց տամ, չեմ գալի որ ինչ ասեմ, այտենց գալիս եմ հնարավորինս հաղթելու նպատակով, էլի, որ երկար բաներ չեմ ուզում։
So Arsen is coming to
անկախ ամեն ինչից respect իմ, էլի։
Arsen is coming to Chicago for winning. He doesn't come to where he's not coming there for showing any beautiful match or something like that. He's coming here for getting the title, getting high level than Paul, but with respect, everything is there's nothing against the Paul. Just this is competition, and he's going to go forward, getting ahead.
My friend, that's not
Absolutely.
disrespect. Anyone who
No.
is not having such dream, I mean, I don't think that, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that they should even ask for a match at this stage. Like, we all need to have that dream. I don't think Paul takes it as a disrespect, you know.
I understand. He understands. Just Paul has a very high level in this weight in the United States, in the east with west. So Arsen is new guy here, and Arsen thinks he's going to win and get higher level. So he's not
That's the
going.
goal.
He doesn't think he gonna to lose. He gonna to lose, but showing a good match, something like that. He's going to win this match.
Da, ասես 4 տարում ինչը հավաքել է գալիս են վերցնեմ ինձ։
He's saying that in the last 4 years, whatever I have gained, like a power, he's coming and using in that stage. So unfortunately, the competitors is the Paul.
Okay. And Paul, you have won the title, then you lost, and then in 95 kilo category, you only lost twice.
Rustam and Irakli.
Yeah. And as Arsen says that he's coming here to win, I'm sure that you are also coming to win. I know you. I mean, nobody comes to lose. And what is your, how to say, short-term goals?
So the short-term goal is the one at hand. It's always the next one. And it's important for me to achieve those short-term goals to be able to be considered again to have a rematch with Irakli at some point, or Rustam, and then eventually the title. So every short-term goal is the most important goal, is the only goal. So ideally, as it stacks up, as long as I can continue to get better at every short-term increment, that'll take me to where I need to be able to be competitive at that championship level again. That's the goal. And being an older guy, I can't afford to take any time off or to have any missteps. So gotta take them one at a time.
Yeah, I understood you. And let's talk about the rest of the event. Let's start with Alan Ford and Ryan. How do you pronounce it? He told me, but his last name?
Bellinger.
Yeah. Okay. Can you tell me your opinion?
Man, this is a tough one because I've talked to Ian Carnegie quite a bit about Alan Ford, and he believes Alan Ford is at his all-time best. And we've seen Alan do some pretty impressive stuff over the years. And he's telling me right now that Alan is the same speed, doesn't lose any speed, and he's just more powerful now. So I do think that if we see this match go into a hook, I think it's probably Ryan's world. But the question is going to be, is he going to be able to get the timing down to set that? Are we going to see a wrist-to-wrist hook, or are we going to see Alan be able to get out on his fingers? This one's really hard for me to predict. What I'm hoping is that it's really close and we see it kind of go back and forth, and it goes into that deep water. But it could be one of those matches that you can't predict, but goes 3-0 one way or the other.
Big Grove Gold says that, Paul, have you ever pulled Andre? Probably talking about Sharkovic.
Yes. Yeah. Years ago, and then I practiced with him not too long ago. But I beat Andre in the WAL amateurs many years ago. I beat him right and left, and then we pulled again at one of Travis Bajan's events in the overall, and then we practiced together a couple times.
Okay. Arsen, Irakli versus Matt Mask, left hand.
I think it's 50-50 match. Երկուսն էլ ասա ուժեղ վեր խունեն։ Կարծում եմ Իրակելի նայելով ես վերջի բոյը մաթմասկի բանի հետ, նուգոյի հետ։ Կարծում եմ, որ Իրակելին էլ պետք է էլի հաղթի, բայց 50-50-ը իմ կարծիքով։
He's talking about the last match of the Iraqi, and he's saying that he's very good, and but it's going to be a little 50-50.
50-50.
He's telling Iraqi name a little more, but mostly the 50-50, he thinks.
Okay. And this one I will ask to Paul. Joseph Meranto versus Ivan Portela. Did you have any chance to check who Ivan Portela is?
Yeah, I looked a little bit. This is a tricky one too. I really like Joseph Moranto, man. I think Joseph is an awesome puller. I think he adjusts well. He's done really well on that big stage. And a lot of this match comes down to like, where is Ivan really at? You know, like if he's at close to his peak, it's going to be a tough day for Joseph. But I tend to kind of give the edge to youth in this one. The good news is they're both going probably to the same spot. So it's probably going to be a really entertaining match. I got to give the edge to Joseph. I mean, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ivan comes in like amazing form and it goes the other way. But I'm definitely rooting for Joseph for sure, because I think he has a real big future and he's a great representation.
Okay. And Arsen, Artem Morozov and Alex Kurdecha.
Morozov, I think 100% win Morozov. It's left arm, right?
Right arm.
Right arm. I think Morozov.
Morozov in which way?
Ինչ ձևով, որ ձևով, ինչ style-ով։
Երկուսն է տարբերություն չկա, բայց ինձ թվում է համ այն ձև կգրի, համ այն ձև, համ հուկ կգրի, համ վեր։
With both ways, Morozov is a universal puller, and he thinks he will որ տարբերակն է կարծում ավելի շատ կօգտագործի։
I think topper.
He thinks topper.
Okay. Yeah. And Paul, what's your opinion about this match?
I think it's close, and I actually think we're going to see Morozov have to hook Alex, and then the question is, can he get him there? I think if Morozov turns him into a hook, I think it edges to Morozov for sure. I mean, we did see Alex pull very competitively inside with him in the past, but I think
but there was left arm with right arm. Alex
yes,
can hook.
Yes, yes. Yeah, but if we're assuming that both of them, both of their arms are similar, but yeah, I think I give a slight edge to Morozov, a slight edge. But this again is a tough one to predict. Great match.
Yes, for sure. And I will also ask you, Wallace Dilly versus Ricard Borman.
This match is super interesting. This is like my sleeper match. This is the one I really want to know for a lot of reasons, because Wallace Dilly is really, really strong. I got to pull with Wallace Dilly at the Florida qualifiers afterwards. Now, he had pulled the tournament night after, pulled a bunch, but that guy's tough. He is diesel strong. And then you have Ricard Borman, who is killing everybody in Australia and New Zealand and everywhere else. He's so far above everybody that it's hard to know where his level's really at. So to me, this one is going to be super interesting. I think there is a world where Ricard could shoulder roll and go right through Wallace. But I think if Wallace can win center a little bit and stop the match, it could be interesting. But nonetheless, we're going to find out where Ricard is. and that could mean Wallace, winds up winning the match comfortably, and now everybody's talking about Wallace. So super interesting. I'm excited because it's a newer American puller that I think has a lot of potential.
Yeah. Arsen, Michael Todd versus Georgi Di Serrano.
Arsen.
Ջոգին։ I think ես կարծում եմ անկախ ամեն ինչից Մայքլը կկանգնացնի Էլիեն իր դիրքով։ Եթե Ձերանովն շատ խորը հուկ չփաթաթվի 60-40 ախպեր ինձ թվում է Մայքլ Տոդը կգրի։ Որովհետև այս վերջի ժամանակները Ձերանովը միշտ չգիտեմ ֆորմա ոնց է, բայց դեմն պարտվելուց։
He thinks Michael Todd will win because he thinks Michael Todd will stop his famous position and make him tired and get pinned. So he thinks Michael Todd.
And Paul?
I think the same thing. I'm 100% behind Michael. My rationale is, I think, like you said, Michael's hitting PRs. We saw him perform as well as you possibly could perform in losing every round against Vitaly. He was able to be fast enough and get to a position in the center of the table rather than on the losing side. I think Michael's pronation is a difference maker. I think Georgi's so good in that supinated hook position, but there's just no way to get Michael there. So Georgi's going to have to, if Georgi wins, it's going to be through probably some form of a flop press that we haven't really seen him do yet. So I think the edge goes to Michael. I think he probably wins this. And also I know Michael, and I know he is not trying to lose this match at all, especially in the current standings. It's probably a nice high pressure match for Michael, which I think will bring the best out of him.
I want to ask you also, did you check about Linn?
Who?
Linn Janheim, that is gonna pull Fia Isaac.
No,
you don't know.
No, I was guessing that. I asked around. So correct me if I'm wrong. She has beaten Fia in the past, right? This is kind of like
with
a rematch.
Left arm she won, ended up winning. Right arm she beat Fia once, and Fia beat her twice. But this was probably 3 years ago, and at that time, like I think since that time, Fia improved a lot.
Yes.
But this girl is very, very young, so she is probably like 23 now.
Okay.
At that time, she was 20. So from 20 to 23, to me, is like world, like. But
that makes sense.
Fia is also in her best, and so personally, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't pick against Fia, especially in the past couple of years. I don't pick Fia to lose, so we'll see. But I have a feeling Fia is on a mission.
Devon versus Alex Arsen, left arm.
Devon. I think Devon.
Քիչ մեկնաբանի, ինչ ես կարծում, ոնց կտապնի։ Ինչ դիրքեր կօգտագործիով ինչ սեկրետներ ունի, մի քիչ մեկնաբանի։
Կիստով է բռնելու, կիստով ախպերս խեղճացնելու, ոնց որ ասած։ Մեկնաբանելու բան չկա, ինչ ասեմ Devon-ն ախպեր գրել։
He thinks for sure Devon, he gonna to control with his wrist and win that match. For sure, Devon.
And Paul?
Yeah, I think this is really interesting because we've seen Devon and Alex compete in practice a lot, right? And anybody who knows Devon, the version of that you get at practice is not the version that you get on the day of competition. So I think, and Devon also is one, obviously everybody knows he's one of the most cerebral and intelligent arm wrestlers in the game. So Alex having practiced with Devon the amount of times that he has is a disadvantage for Alex, in my opinion. And I also think it's going to be tricky with Alex, still gathering experience and everything. He's not set up with somebody like Devin. He hasn't dealt with trying to get a grip with him and feeling all those things that he does. We all see it, but to experience it is two different things. But I think what makes it interesting is how smart Alex actually is. Devin made some videos and talking about his IQ and overall intelligence level. I'm interested to see how that'll come into play, and if Devin actually is able to, play any mind games or gain any advantage in the lead up to the match. But I think
that's already a mind game to
I agree.
put the opponent into like the comfortable position. 100%. Alex, you are super smart. You are incredible. Yeah. Like the same that he played with Hermes, and I think that's what it is, But this is from different ways. Sometimes he tries to crush. He calls them like stupid. You are not smart, and this kind of things. So now it's different. Yeah, he is. Another one I want to ask you: Wagner Bortolato versus Manuel Battaglia. Manuel also with left arm WAF superweight champion. And what do you think about this poll?
Oh man, Wagner. And I'm not picking him because I necessarily think he's going to win, but because I want him to win. I just want Wagner to win and go crazy, So this isn't a scientific breakdown. I just want to see Wagner go nuts and not pass out.
Yeah, but not to break the table, right? Not that.
No. Well, we don't want to see him get too worked up where somebody has to feed him gummy bears in the corner, so he got to keep going too.
But I told guys to prepare another table for sure, just to make sure.
Yeah.
I already said it, yeah. And Arsen, do you know these athletes, Manuel and Wagner?
Yeah.
And what's your opinion about this match?
Yes, Manuel Battaglia-ին հիշում եմ Եվրոպայի առաջնության ժամանակ, երբ որ ինքը պարտվեց մեր ընկեր Մադոյան Դավիթին, մեկ շատ լավ էր կպնում, մեկ շատ վատ պահի տակ էլի, ես էդ եմ շատ լավ հիշում, բայց գիտեմ, որ ձախ ձեռը ուժեղ է, բայց իմ կարծիքով հիմա Բորտոլատոն ֆիզիկապես ավելի ուժեղ է ու կարծում եմ, որ շանսերը ավելի մեծ է, որ Բորտոլատոն կհաղթի, որովհետև համ խելացի է որպես մարզիկ, համ էլ ֆիզիկապես ուժեղ է։
He's remembering the Bortolato from the European Championship.
Bortolato-ին չէ բանին, Manuel Battaglia-ին.
Manuel, he's remembering Manuel from the European Championships. He has his competitor was Armenian, and Arsen has checked some styles of him. So he's very good guy. Just he's remembering just whenever he's starting first, he's super strong. But when he's starting by the second, he wasn't good before, but now Arsen see a lot of improvement about of the Manuel, and he thinks he's gonna to win because he's very smart, he's very strong, and when he's comparing like before and now, he see a lot of difference. So he thinks Bortolato will win.
Okay. And Paul, Gladiator versus the King, current King.
Oh my goodness, man! Oh my goodness.
Okay. First of all, who am I speaking with? Paul's mind or heart?
So you want me to answer it both ways?
Both ways.
Okay. So my mind says Leovan, like 4-0. That's what my mind, like looking at everything, my mind says there's no reason not to think that Leovan can't repeat. Everything that he's done in training, people are talking about this 400 kilogram or 400 pound curl and everything else. That we were discussing that specific lift the other day, and I come to the conclusion that I don't care how you move 400 pounds from your waist to your shoulders. It's super impressive. And,
but
I don't care
really
about
specific. Is it really specific?
No, it's not. But it's a representation of extreme power that most of us can't even comprehend. So I believe that this guy's in great form, and I believe that Hermes might have pissed him off just enough to make him better.
But Ken, I have a question. When you lift 400 pounds, it's not specific. So how many pounds for each arm? 200. And Hermes also does the back pressure, which is more specific, with the same amount of weight and 8 reps. And do you really see so much difference in the power when you calculate that way?
No, not necessarily, not from those specific lanes, but I think overall. I don't think like Leovan is an overall in totality. He is just one of the most powerful humans ever to walk the planet. So my scientific mind says that Leovan wins 4-0. My heart says the underdog, you know? My heart says everything that Hermes is doing. He's improved his riser lift. He's improved his pronation lift. His back pressure is at an all-time high. And my heart says, like, when you see a champion win, even if you like him, like I like Leovan a lot, I don't want to root against Leovan, but my heart is like rooting to see if it is possible to beat this guy, you know, because as competitors, we always want to see, you know, the unbeatable be beaten, even if we like the guy. So my heart says Hermes got a chance. What I really want to happen is I want it to be really contested early on in like round 2 and 3. And I want to see how the endurance plays in. And just to, even if Leovan wins, if he's contested by Hermes early on, then all these other guys who are chasing Leovan, they get another breath of hope, you know, that there's going to be a way. So I think scientifically Leovan wins 4-0. I think in a perfect world scenario, we see a 4-3 silver bullet match, basically.
But can I ask you something, Paul? When they pulled first time, what did you expect then?
I expected 4-0.
Okay, but did you when you saw those rounds, you know which ones I'm talking about, like round 3 first start and round 5, you know, they started but the halfway stopped. Were you shocked? I was shocked. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yep. All I want to see is the next level of that shot.
At that time, your mind was also saying like, 4-0 domination, but that happened. So what I'm just saying that, so I think that we need to think who improved more. There is a possibility because when you say that your mind says 4-0, my mind says there is a good possibility for 4-0. But there is a possibility. I can say I don't normally give a number, but okay, I better not. But there is something that it may finish as you say. But there is a possibility that the match stops, and then things can change it. So I don't think that like mine should say 100%, you know, 4-0.
No, I'm not putting it at 100%. I didn't like put a percentage on it. No, I'm not putting a percentage on it. I'm just like just overall prediction. But I think you made a good point about who improved more. And it's tricky because Hermes is pretty much showing us everything he's doing. He's showing us his style of training. He's showing us the numbers improvement. So it's right there for us. We know, but we don't necessarily know with Leovan because he hasn't shared a whole lot of those PR type things. And what it's going to do is after the match is done, we're going to potentially have a better understanding of how much those specific PRs did or didn't play into the match. So I think that's really interesting too, because by the numbers and by what we're seeing, I think most people would say Hermes definitely improved more since the last time.
And the other thing is that when before the last match, Hermes didn't believe that he was gonna win. He didn't even really believe one round he could win, but he said if this would happen or something. This time, even yesterday, I talked with him. Like he believes he's gonna go there and win, you know, and that is very important. Like because if once you have that doubt, But you're gonna lose that match, for sure. So he went that way to first match. He gave trouble. This time he's just going there to win, and I think he's gonna fight till the last drop of blood.
I do think that first match and the way all that played out gives Hermes a big advantage psychologically. So that's kind of why I said he's kind of been poking Leovan and calling him out. I think that if that poking and that if he poked that bear enough and he created the same advantage for Leovan that he has for himself, that could be a difference maker too. Because Leovan is not the type of guy you want to piss off before you got to compete against him.
I mean, at the end, it's arm wrestling. You're pissed off or not, Sometimes being pissed off just makes your mind blurry,
Yeah. Sometimes it gets you an extra 2-3% of power too.
It may give it to Hermes as well. Hermes told me that he was losing 2-0 to Leovan, and then he look at the Levan's corner, and Irakli was laughing at him. And whenever he saw that, he got angry. And that is. What's that?
That's it. That's a prime example.
But that's what happened on the round 3, So what I'm just saying that being angry, I think that it works both ways, It works, both ways, Anyways, Arsen, what's your opinion about this match?
Բոլորը շատ ճիշտ ներկայացրեց, որ Լևանը իմ կարծիքով կհաղթի, որովհետև անկախ ամեն ինչից շատ մեծ բան ունի հավաքած հաղթանակներ, ինձ թվում է կհասկանա ինչ կկորցնի, որ պարտվի, համել Hermes-ը գիտի մի բան, որ պետք է անի, այդ բանն է, թոփրոլն է, որ պետք է կպնի, բայց Լևանը արդեն գիտի ինչ անի, որ չընկնի դե էլի, ոնց որ ասած արդեն մի քանի դիրք ունի Լևանը, իսկ Hermes-ինը այդ մի շանսն է իմ կարծիքով Լևանը չի տա այդ շանսը Hermes-ին, իսկ թվում է Լևանը կհաղթի, համել նայելով ես վերջի վիդեոները եզրակացնում ես, որ արդեն իր լևելը ավելի է բարձրացել, ինքը կոնկրետ պատրաստվել է, որ իր տեղը ոչ մեկի չզիջի, իմ կարծիքով Լևանը կհաղթի 90%.
He thinks Leovan will win. Absolutely, Leovan will win because last time Leovan surprised with the Hermes skills. Now Leovan will get much more better. Will get ready much more better than before because he thinks for everyone it was surprised match that Hermes got win some matches of the Leovan, and Leovan will not give any more chance to get the same position. And here Leovan has a lot of in every position he's pulling very well, very good, and he will improve every position. But the Hermes has a total position, and if he will take it, maybe he can do something. But Leovan will stop him and will not give any chance to take any better position for winning. So he thinks Leovan will win absolutely.
Understand. We can talk about but we don't know if it's gonna happen or not, about Laletin or Devon. So that's all. Paul, do you have any last words to Arsen?
No, I'm looking forward to Chicago. Guys, if you're watching, make sure you buy the pay-per-view, buy it early. If you can make it to Chicago, come and join. If you're a puller, come compete on the tournament that's going to be ahead of it. It's going to be an awesome time. Arsen, thank you for the opportunity of the match. Travel safe, and I'll see you soon.
Any last word, Arsen?
Չլսեցի ինչ ասեց,
Ինչ խոսքը, ինչ կարծիք է, վերջին խոսքը դες բանը վերաբերյալ քո Պաուլի վերաբերյալ։
Ցանկանում եմ ամենակարևորը առանց վնասվածքների լինի ամեն ինչ, շատ մեծ պատիվ է իմ համար անկախ ամեն ինչից հանդես գալու Պաուլինի պես սպորտսմենի հետ։ Շնորհակալություն Էնգինին, որ կազմակերպում է այս ամեն ինչը։ Քեզ եմ շնորհակալ, որ այս ամեն ինչը արեցիր, ախպերս։ Այդքանը կտեսնվենք Չիկագոյում մի շաբաթից։
First, he's thankful to you, Engin, for organizing this competition and inviting to him competing in this in this stage. And it's a very good honor to be competitor of the Paul. It's very good honor for him. He's getting ready, getting ready to against Paul, but it's by the way, it's very good, very high honor. It's honor to him to compete against Paul. So see you in Chicago. Thank you very much. And mostly he wish whatever will happen in the match, just avoiding with the injuries, nothing to happen. Whatever is gonna to happen without injuries.
Yeah. And Paul, one last thing I want to ask you. We just passed 2 days ago the 4-year East versus West. How do you see it from beginning? It started with the donations and everything during the pandemic. And
do you remember all those numbers from your post? Do you remember them? Like,
what do you mean,
how many
numbers?
Remember you posted the 4 years, the highlights of everything that was done. How many athletes competed?
Like near 150 different athletes, but all like
148.
148.
Yeah.
That's just think about that. 4 years, starting with crowdfunding, going through the pay-per-view route, how hard that is, you know, and the growth, you know, is unreal. You know, the amount of athletes that are getting opportunities, you know, the amount of places that have hosted events, the countries that have represented their country at the events, in 4 short years, that the numbers were staggering. I remember just looking at the post,
almost
thinking,
250 super matches, almost
unreal.
Yeah.
And you know, the 4-year mark is like an interesting thing too, because when you look back in history of some of these promotions, that's usually right around the time where they fold, you know, or something happens or something. Yep. But they were still going.
Right? Yeah, because of unifying all the top athletes. Yes. Just like if we were not unified, like we wouldn't be that successful. What?
No, nobody knows all those, you know, those bumps in the road that you don't tell everybody, you know, all the struggles that it took to get there, all the conversations that we've had over the years, you know, about the current state of things. How many obstacles have been overcome just to get where we are right now?
How many
the general public will never know.
How many attacks?
Never know.
How many? Yeah. But a strong will.
I know.
You know it, but we never gave up. You know, a strong will. You know, and this will continue to be successful as long as we are unified.
Right, and it takes that initial passion coming from you to ignite the passion of the other arm wrestling supporters and the other arm wrestlers, and that unity is more important. The unification of support, you know, of the entire community, and it takes somebody like you who's doing it for the right reason, because nobody you can't do that when you're doing it for money. You can't do that when you're doing it for fame. The only way it works is if it's coming from a pure place, and we got a lot of people to thank for that, and hopefully we just continue on the same path and keep growing.
Yeah, I really hope that, as you said, you know, we stay unified and we continue to make that mainstream dream come true. I don't see any reason. I mean, the most important thing is that all these top athletes being together.
Yes.
Yeah. But trust me, whenever we sign the contract with the athletes, I mean, athletes never saw this as a business agreement. They saw this an agreement for a mission. like making our power together for a common goal. You know, that is what Leovan told me, what Hermes told me. Like maybe a few athletes were just like focused on like self, goals, but majority of the athletes, they were all here only just for a common goal. You know, trust me. That's what makes me very happy. That all these athletes, like they have never seen me like a boss or something. You know, in the past or today, I have always been their brother. You know, in arm wrestling, they know that Engin has good intention for us. If Engin is doing it, he's doing for a good reason and things like that. Yet they trust me, I trust them, and that is how we came to. As long as we have that amateur spirits, yes, business is professional, needs to be, but the spirit inside of us, which is the intention, as long as we have that good intention, nothing can stop. But if we ever lose our intention and lose the spirits, it can't go any further.
Right. The contracts are like signing to be a part of a team. It's like making a team, and there's an acceptance level to that too, where I think a lot of people see it from the wrong perspective. And we talk about united like focus and everything. Mm-hmm. For me, to be able to be a part of East versus West means that I'm being a part of a world level team of athletes that I'm just happy to be associated with. I'm just happy to be able to be associated with the best European pullers in the world. That's where I wanted to be when I started arm wrestling. So for me, there's never even a thought. And not to mention the East versus West and King of the Table team, that team that's putting it on is the best that there is. Why would you ever want to be?
You never were in this for money. I know directly from long phone calls and everything, Mm-hmm. I mean, I think you would even pull without money. I'm not saying that, but you would. This is the electric. This is the thing that I get from you. Like you were just happy. You don't need the money that comes to you from arm wrestling. You make your living, but the pride of it, the excitement, the dream. That is worth much more than what you are making. Yeah.
There's no value. There's no value you can put on that. Dollars don't pay for that type of stuff.
Yeah. And Arsen, you have really you really wanted to be part of East versus West for a long time. You send me messages, Arsen. There were some difficulties, but everything finished now. And now, are you happy to be on that stage?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
You deserve it. It's well deserved.
Ասմարժանի ես դու դրանեն գին ասմա ուրախ ես որ մեր stage-ում ես ասմա այս community-ի այս wrestling-ի ընտանիքին ես միանում ինքը քո համար իշտա շատ ավելի կարևոր այս բեմում ներկայանալը
Կար մի ժամանակ Հայաստանից ես էի շուտ ասում էի մարդկանց միջոցով որ ունեն ստացվի որ մասնակցեմ հիմա եկել այն ժամանակը որ մասնակցում եմ շնորհակալ եմ ամեն ինչի համար որ կազմակերպում են այդ մրցումները այդ մատչերը հասկանում եմ այս Armwrestling-ը իմ համար մի հատ մեծ ընտանիք է բոլորին սիրում եմ բոլորին մի խոսքով շատ ուրախ եմ շատ շնորհակալ եմ ամեն ինչի համար կփորձենք ավելի ուժեղանանք որ հետագայում ոնց որ ասում ավելի առաջ գնանք այդ ընտանիքում
So 2 years ago, he was thinking about when he was seeing this match, this stage. He was thinking about it when will come a day when I will appear in this stage or not. So now he's super happy that he's competing in this stage. He has right now he has a competitor like Linn, and this is already he's very surprised, very happy for all of this, and he's very happy to he's going to continue this to be in this stage as much as possible. He's planning to get much more level, has much more match in this stage, and the mostly this is this whatever is he's not going for like the goal is not to make money. The goal is to be here and it's the goal is the performance, what he can do in this stage.
But
this is the most important thing for him, and this is whatever is happening in this stage. It's because of you at Engin, and we understand it's super hard to negotiate a lot of the competitors, a lot of these athletes, to take them in one stage. Some people are asking a lot of strange questions. It's very hard. So now you are
very hard.
working
He's
more,
smart guy. He's smart guy. He understands. It's very hard. Very hard, but
we appreciate it, and we are doing whatever we can just make your something easier for you, for the association, for going forward together.
Thank you. Anyways, Arsen, the last word is that you said that you want to be on this stage as soon as possible. This is the guy there with the hat is standing on your way. I'm not saying anything else. I had to steer the pot, Paul.
I know, Engin. I'm used to it now.
Anyways, guys, you guys take care, and thanks for being part of it. And let's do a bicep flex before we.
Biceps harika Arsen.
Yeah. Yes. Two strong guys. Take care, guys, and thanks to everyone who has been watching
Happy Father's Day, guys.
Take care, guys. Thank you very much.